Hello friends, welcome back. So today we will be solving assignment problems. So before we solve assignment problems, let us understand what are assignment problems. So assignment problems are also type of problems in operation research. The objective of assignment problem is to find an assignment. Basically, here they try to understand which job should be assigned to which person. It is one-to-one basis. So that the total cost of performing all the jobs is minimum. So basically, what they want to do is minimize the cost. Okay, the total cost should be minimum. So what they are trying to do is, let's say there are uh, 5 mechanics and 5 jobs. Which job has to be given to which mechanic will be the question, so that the cost of operations is cheaper. So this is how basically this is why we basically solve the assignment problems. Now assignment problems and transportation problems are in the matrix form, but what is the difference between transportation problem and assignment problem, we'll understand. In transportation problem, the number of sources and destination need not be equal. In the sense, the matrix should not be a square matrix. But here, since assignment problems are done on one-to-one basis, the number of sources and destination should be equal. Hence, the cost matrix, it is also called as loss matrix, is a square matrix. Okay. Now, the problem is unbalanced if total supply and demand are not equal. As you already seen in transportation problems, that if supply and demand are not equal, then it is called as unbalanced solution. Now, in assignment problem, there is nothing like that. In assignment problem, an unbalanced, it is called an unbalanced problem if cost matrix or the matrix what you have is not a square matrix. It should be a square matrix, then only it is called as balanced, otherwise it is unbalanced. If it is unbalanced, just like transportation problem, you will take a dummy row or a dummy column to make it balanced. Now, how do we solve assignment problem? There is a method called as Hungarian method which we'll use to solve the problem. Now, this method is used to arrive at the optimal solutions for the assignment problem. There are several steps. First step, we need to check whether the matrix is a square matrix or not. If not, you have to add a dummy row or a column with zeros. Then second is, you have to give the row treatment. I'll show you how to do the row treatment. Then you need to do the column treatment. Then after that, you have to draw lines to cover zero. You have to draw minimum lines. Then you have to check basically the number of lines drawn and the order of the matrix, whether both are same or not. If they are not same, then you have to do the remodified matrix. I will tell you how to do the remodified matrix, and once doing the remodified matrix, you need to again check the same condition here, okay, whether both are same or not. If the condition is case 1, then continue. If not, again repeat for the remodified matrix. So if it is case 1, you go and scan the row and column for the zeros, and you have to mark the zeros with the box, and I'll tell you how to do it basically. And after that, the uncrossed zeros will give you the boxed zeros will give you the assignment, optimal assignment solution. Anyway, we will do this Hungarian method with this particular problem, and let us see how to solve this using the Hungarian method. Okay, now let us quickly come back and let us solve this transportation problem. Basically, whenever they ask you to find the optimal cost, okay, when they ask you to find the optimal cost, okay, if they are asking you the cost, then basically it is a cost matrix. Basically, it is a cost matrix. Now, this is a cost matrix, means in this matrix, whatever is given in this matrix is all are cost. Okay. Now, this is also called as the loss matrix also. Both are same. If they give you cost matrix or loss matrix, both are same. Now, what do you mean by cost matrix? Now, what is assignment problem all about? Now, there are 5 different people. Okay. Now, there are 5 different jobs here. Okay. There are 5 people, 5 jobs. Now, for A to do first job, it costs 10 rupees. For A to do second job, it costs 3 rupees. So, in such a way, for every person, for every job, what will be the cost involved? It is given. Now, 5 people are there. 5 people are there and 5 jobs are there. Now, which job has to be assigned to which person? That we need to see. In such a way that the cost of assignment, cost of assigning the work will be minimum. Cost of assigning the work will be minimum. So basically, we try to minimize the cost. Okay. There are other types of assignment problems. They are called as profit. They give you the profits here. If a job is given, first job is given to A, then the profit will be 10 rupees. Like that, they will give. That kind of a matrix is called as profit matrix. So basically, we will show you how to do the profit matrix also. But anyway, there is just one step more in profit matrix. Other than that, it is rest of the problem will be same as solving the cost matrix. I will tell you how to do the profit matrix in the next video. However, we will continue to solve the cost matrix here in this problem. Okay. Now let us start solving this problem. Now, first thing what we need to see in a assignment problem is whether whether the matrix given to you is a square matrix or not. Whether the problem given to you is a square matrix or not. What do you mean by square matrix? The number of rows should be equal to number of columns. So number of rows is 5 and number of columns is 5. So thence it is called as a balanced assignment problem. Then it is called as a balanced assignment problem. If number of rows and number of columns are not equal, then it is called unbalanced. Okay. So here in this case, both are same, then it is a balanced. If it is, what to do when it is an unbalanced transportation problem? Just like assignment transportation problem, you have to take a dummy row or a dummy column and assign the values with 0. So that will actually help you to balance the assignment problem. Okay. Now this is the first step. First step we have already seen. The first step is to find out whether it is a balanced problem or not. So since the number of rows and number of columns are equal, hence it is a balanced assignment problem. Hence it is a balanced assignment. Hence it is a balanced assignment problem. Okay. Now, having seen this, what we need to do next is we need to do the second step is to do the row treatment. Okay. So, what do you mean by row treatment? So in the row treatment, what you need to do is basically we need to take each one of the rows and we need to take the least number in each row and subtract it by the all the elements in that row. So let us take that. So here in the first row, the minimum element is 2. So minimum element is 2. So we have to subtract 2 from all the elements. So 10 minus 2 is 8. 3 minus 2, 1. Similarly 1. 2 minus 2 is 0. 6. Similarly, here in this row it is 2. 6, 0, 5. Okay, it is. This is also 2 here. So 7 minus 2 is 5. 3, 4, 0, 2. Here also it is 2. Here it is 6, so 9 minus 6, 3. So now basically you have done the row treatment. So once you do the row treatment, you have to go to the next step where you have to do the column treatment. So how do we do the column treatment? In the same way as we done the row treatment, we need to see the we need to scan each of the columns and see which is the least number, and we need to subtract all the elements from the least number by the least number. So here in the first column, the least number is 1. So subtracting all. So 8 minus 1 is 7. 7 minus 1, 6. 5 minus 1, 4, 0, 2. Now here the least number is 1. So 0, 4, 2, 2, 3. Okay. Here the least number is 1. So 0, 5, 3, 5, 2. Now here the least number is 0, all are zeros, so we'll keep them as it is. Now here there are two least numbers, that is 2 and 2. So we'll subtract that. 4, 3, 0, 0. And 2. So now this is called as column treatment. So the first step is row treatment. You have done that, and the second step, the first step is basically to see whether it is balanced or not. So after that you do the row treatment, then you do the column treatment. So once you have done the column treatment, you need to see two things. One is, first you need to do is you need to draw lines such that you cover the maximum number of zeros here. Okay, you need to draw horizontal lines and vertical lines, but you cannot draw diagonal lines. You can do horizontal lines or vertical lines in such a way that you are covering maximum number of zeros, all the zeros with minimum number of lines. You cannot draw more lines. You try to keep the lines to the minimum, and first line will be drawn to the row or column which has maximum number of zeros. So in this entire thing, let us see, here it has 3 zeros, 1 0, 2 2 1. Now here you have 1 1 1, here you have 5 zeros, and here it has 2 zeros. Any row or a column which has maximum of number of zeros, you need to strike that first. So here in this row column, it has got 5 zeros. So I will draw a line here. So first line I have drawn. I have to draw lines so that I will cover all the zeros, but the line should be minimal, as least as possible. Okay. Now let me see which row or column has maximum number of zeros. Now here it has 2 zeros, here 2 zeros, here 1 0. So what I can do is, I have to draw one line like this. Okay, this is the second line. Here I can draw one more. I cannot cover all the 3 zeros in one line, so I have to draw another 2 lines. This is the third line, and this is the fourth line. So this line has gone little bit like this. Okay, I will just rectify this. Okay, so now I have drawn lines to cover all the zeros. So how many lines I have drawn? Okay, the total number of lines drawn is denoted by capital N. So total number of lines drawn is denoted by capital N. Okay, number of lines drawn. How many number of lines I have drawn now? Is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have drawn 4 lines. Now one more thing I have to see, that is small n. Small n is nothing but the order of the matrix. Now the order of the matrix is 5 into 5, that is 5. Here you have 5 rows and 5 columns. So the order of the matrix is 5. Now here what is happening is, this capital N is less than small n. Now if the capital N was equal to small n, then we would have stopped the problem here, and we would have found the optimal assignment cost. But the problem here is the capital N is less than small n. If this is the case, okay, this is the case, we need to go for a remodified matrix. We need to go for a matrix which is called as remodified matrix. This is the next step. Okay. This remodified matrix you will go only when capital N is less than small n. If capital N is equal to, what happens is, if capital N is equal to n, if both are 5, number of lines drawn is equal to 5 and order of the matrix is 5, both are equal, we don't go for remodified matrix. We'll stop the problem there and we try to find the optimal assignment cost. But here this has happened, so we'll have to do the remodification again and again till n is equal to n happens. Okay. Now let us understand how to do this remodified matrix. So to do the remodified matrix, we need to take the smallest number in the uncovered elements. Which are the uncovered elements? These are the elements which are not covered by any lines. These are the covered lines, covered elements. So in these uncovered elements are 6, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3 and 2, 3, 2. So these are the uncovered elements. In these uncovered elements, we need to take the smallest element. The smallest element here is 2. Correct? Now in this smallest element, you need to you take that smallest element and subtract all the elements with this smallest element. Okay? And this smallest element you have to add to the elements which are in the intersection here. Wherever the lines are intersecting, here the line is intersecting. Here you have to add the smallest element. Smallest element you have to add here in these intersection points, and you have to subtract from all these uncovered elements. Rest these elements you keep it as it is. These elements you will keep it as it is. Now let us solve it. Okay. Now this element is 7. You have to keep it as it is, because neither it is an intersection nor it is a uncovered element. So 7 will be as it is. 0, 0. Now there is an intersection. Now here what you have to do? Add the smallest element. Here you have to add, here you have to subtract. So here you have to add. 0 plus 2 is 2. Now here also it is intersection. 4 plus 2 is 6. Now similarly, now here it is an uncovered element. What you have to do? 6 minus 2, which is 4. Now 4 minus 2, 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. Now here this is a normal line element, so it is kept as it is. Now here also 3 is kept as it is. Okay. Now 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. 3 minus 2 is 1. Now this is also a normal line element, so I will keep it as it is, 0. This is also the same, so I will keep it as it is. Now here it is a line element, so all the elements I will keep as it is. So 0, 2, 5. Now here it is a crossed line, has crossed here, so I have to add the smallest element. So 0 plus 2 is 2. Here also it is a crossed line, so I will write 2 here. Now here you have to subtract, because these are uncovered elements. So 2 minus 2 is 0. 3 minus 2 is 1. 2 minus 2 is 0. This is a normal line element, so it is 0. Here also it is 2. Now basically what we have done is, we have done the remodified matrix. Now for this remodified matrix, we need to draw the lines. So this is how we need to draw the remodified matrix. So basically what we have to do is, I will summarize. So you have to find the least number here and subtract it from all these elements, and you have to, in the line elements you have to keep as it is, and in the intersection points you have to add the least element. That's how we have to get the remodified matrix. Once you have got this, again check the lines. So now for this remodified matrix, the number of lines drawn, we need to draw the lines first. So how we will draw the lines? So the maximum number of zeros, here 2 are there, here 1, here 3 are there, right? Here 3 are there. Here in this way 2, 2, 2, 2, 1 is there. So first I will, we will, what we'll do is, we will strike the that row which has got maximum number of zeros. So here there are 3 zeros, so I have done that. So another such row is this one. Here I have drawn the second line. Now see, in any row 3 zeros are there? No. None of the column has 3 now. Now this, I can draw a line like this. I will cover these 2 zeros. Okay. Can draw a line like this. See, because here there are no zeros, I have to draw a line like this only. So I should draw a line in such a way that I am using least number of lines, as less as possible. So again 2 zeros are remaining. So I cannot draw a line like this. I cannot draw a line like this and all. So only like it should be horizontal or vertical. So I have to take one line like this, one line like this. So how many lines I have drawn basically? I have drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So number of lines are 5. What is the order of the matrix? It is 5. So that means that capital N is equal to small n. Once you get this capital N and small n equal, you have reached the optimum matrix. Now here what you have to do is determine the optimum assignment or allocation. Okay. Now what I have to do is rewrite the same matrix here again. Okay. Without the lines, I have to write it again. Right. So I'll rub this, take this off. Okay, I'll rewrite the matrix, same matrix. So I've rewritten the same matrix here. Now, once I get the same matrix, I need to scan each row and column to check which row or column has a single zero. I should have a single zero. And wherever I get a single zero, I need to put a box sign for that zero. The zero is there, I need to put a box sign for that. So I'll just take this off to free the space. Okay, now I'll scan the first row. So there are 2 zeros. I cannot put a box. I can put a box only when I'll get a single zero. Okay, first I need to scan the rows. If I don't get any row which has got a single zero, then I will have to scan the columns and find the single zero and put a box. Now here in this row there are 2 zeros. I cannot put a box. So in this row I have 1 zero. So then definitely I can put a box here. So in that box, near that box, I will write a small 1 here. This determines that this is the first box. And when I get this first box, I need to see the corresponding column. And if there are any zeros in this corresponding column, I need to put cross sign for those. So how to put a cross sign? Like this. Okay, I will put cross sign for this zeros, right? Now, the cross signs means that that zero has been taken off. Now, I will go for the next row. There are 2 zeros. One is crossed, earlier there were 3, one is crossed, so there are 2 zeros. No, I cannot put a box. So in the 4th row, I will get a single 0. So I can put a box here. And since this is the second one, I will write it as 2 here. Okay, and I have to see the corresponding column. So here there is a 0. That to put a cross sign here. Okay, so this 0 is gone. So I need to scan the last row. Now here there were actually 3 zeros. 2 are crossed. So how many is remaining? 1. So I am getting a single 0 here. I can put a box. So I can write 3 here. So this is my third 0, boxed 0. And now I have done the 3 rows. Now again I can go for the rows and check, or I can go for the columns. I'll check the rows again if I'll get the single zeros. Here in this, okay, so I put the box for third one, but I forgot to put a cross sign for the corresponding 0. So I put the cross sign for this corresponding 0. This 0 is gone. So again, if I scan row wise, here there were 2 zeros. One has been crossed, so only single 0 I am getting here. So I can put a box here. Now this is my 4th assignment. Now let me go like this, and if I put the box here, I should see the corresponding line here. Now here there is a 0. I can have to put a cross sign. So this is gone. So this is exhausted. This is exhausted. Here in this one, I had basically 3 zeros, but 2 are crossed. 1 is remaining. So this will be my 5th assignment, or the 5th box 0. So this is how I have assigned the jobs. Anyway, to quickly understand how this has worked, we need to actually refer to the original matrix. I don't have the original matrix here, so I'll write down the original matrix figures here in this matrix. So here I will write the original matrix. Original you don't have to write it. I am writing it because that matrix is not there here on the screen. So that's why I'm gonna rewrite this matrix. That is, you had 10, 3, 3, 2, 8. You have 9, 7, 8, 2, 7, 7, 5, 6, 2, 4, 3, 5, 8, 2, 4, 9, 10, 9, 6, 10. So this is the original matrix when we started doing the problem. So we need to refer back to the original matrix to get the figures here. Now what we need to do is, basically, once we have boxed the zeros, now we have actually got the assignment list. Okay, now how to do the assignment list, right? Now you have to do the assignment list. Assignment list is which job has been assigned, which job has been assigned to which person. So I will write the all person names here: A, B, C, D, and E. Now A has been assigned the second job here. A has been assigned the second job. See here, because why I am telling that it is a second job, because there is a box here. There will be just one box in front of one person. Now the box 0 is here, so which is the second job. So which is corresponding to the second job. So A has been assigned the second job. Similarly, B has been assigned the fourth job. C has been assigned the fifth job. D has been assigned the first job, and E has been assigned the third job. So in this way, you have done the you have assigned the jobs to different people. So first part of the problem has been done. Now the second thing what they have asked you is find the assignment cost. So this is, I will just write A assignment cost, since there is no space here. So you have to write assignment cost completely. So for A, the cost of assignment is, so actually you have given the A has been assigned the second job. So box is here. You have to refer to the original cost matrix which is given in the problem. So original cost matrix, it is here 3. So for A the cost is 3. For A to do the second job, the cost is 3. For B to do the fourth job, the cost is 2. For C to do the fifth job, the cost is 4. So you have to basically refer back to the original matrix where the box remains. So for D, first job, so the cost is 3. And similarly, for E, the job is third and the cost will be 9. So these are the total cost what you get, 3, 2, 4, 3, 9. So the total cost of assignment, if you add it, the total cost of the assignment is 21. So therefore, this is the optimal assignment, job assignments. This is called as optimal job assignment, and total cost of the assignment is, or total assignment cost is equal to 21. Okay, in this way actually you will solve the assignment problems and find the optimal assignments as well as the assignment cost. So this is how we need to solve the problems. Anyway, we'll see the maximum assignment maximization in assignment problems in the next video. Thank you for watching.